Why did I take a step back from YouTube?
Where was my head at? Literally thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I was basically just in so much denial. I was just trying to pin my unhappiness on everything else. And I just knew I had to make a change. I explained the journey I've been on for the past 6 months. I'm gonna die here in this dorm room and I'm never gonna see Amy or my family again. And how this has been a huge ride for the two of us.
You just love them so much. You want to take every pain away from them.
And we delved deep into how we overcame it all. It was just like, wow, so many emotions, you know, but so freeing.
It's been a very long road.
Guys are well. Just wanted to share what's been going on for the past few months because we feel like we haven't really said enough and there's lots to say. So this is how most mornings start for me, provided I've had a good sleep. I get up between 6 and 7 whilst Amy's still sleeping. I'll do an hour's meditation. It's something I've been doing for probably a year and a half now. It just helps me get really grounded in the morning, settle my thoughts, and it sets me up for the day. So the last year or so, I've really been working on trying to figure myself out. And this is one of the things I've found has helped me no end. There's just something real special about doing it so early, when it's so quiet, especially when there's rain on the van roof as well. It's really cozy. Then it's on to my morning pages, and I do 3 pages of journaling every morning. A few years ago I came across a book called The Artist's Way. I've attempted this a few times. This is actually my 3rd time attempting this. It's basically a 12-week writing course that helps artists that feel blocked or stuck. I mentioned this before, but I started writing a book about 6 years ago, and it's something I've picked up again. So this book has actually helped me loads to get past my fears and my creative blocks, and it's just probably the most amazing book in terms of creativity I've ever read. All the stuff that just bounces around in your head, especially in the morning, you just write it on paper and it just kind of helps get rid of all the clutter. It's just a really good way of just like knowing what's going on with you as well, because sometimes you like sit down and you don't even know where you're at, but then as soon as you start writing you're like, I feel a bit off today, and then you just like almost like therapizing yourself, and you're like, okay, that makes sense.
That's nice.
And then I always feel 10 times better after it.
I can't wait for this book, Craig, and I don't think everyone else can either.
It's nerve-wracking.
No pressure.
I know, it is. It's nerve-wracking. But yeah, I'll tell you more about that in a bit.
Tea?
Yes, please, babes. How you doing, babes?
I'm good, yeah. It's so nice to fall asleep to rain.
Your mattress is in the way. Here we go.
Breakfast? Yeah. So one of the main questions you might have
Is why did I take a step back from YouTube?
porridge?
I have to. In jail, am I?
In all honesty, I think the main reason is because I've had a lot of mental battles. If you are kind of new to the channel, I've had depression and anxiety in the past and kind of stopped talking about it on YouTube. I've learned a lot about myself. There's been a lot of meditation, there's been journaling, there's been therapy. I've tried it all. And I think every time I do something new, I do learn something more about myself and how I can best manage my own brain. There was a part of me that didn't want to share these struggles in a way. There was also a part of me that thought I'd figured it all out, and I was like, I'm good, like I'm absolutely fine. When in reality, the more I sort of dug into my stuff, I wasn't fine, and I hadn't uncovered all of it. But then I just sat with it more and just came to the conclusion that if I don't share my struggles, I'm not doing my part and I'm not helping others. You know, this channel's always been about authenticity and ruling your own world, and we've always shown like the highs and lows. And for me to just sort of go on pretending that everything was rosy is not a fair representation and didn't feel right in a way. So I've been filming my entire journey, which I will put together a whole video at some point just for everyone to see the ins and outs of what's been happening for the last 3 years. Sharing my struggles, I feel like, is what I need to do to hopefully help you guys.
How difficult was it to film your whole story?
So difficult. You know, when I just always wondered why people film themselves when they cry.
Yeah.
But I ended up filming myself when I was crying, and I think that was because the creative part of me knew that down the line it would help someone. But it was really hard. Do you know what I mean? When you feel that shit, the last thing you want to be doing is like talking to camera, because it kind of almost changes who you are and what's going on. But it was tough, man. It was, especially when I was going through the stage of like the medication. I think that was the hardest bit for sure.
Why?
It was just a lot. You just feel so vulnerable. You're in such a vulnerable state. You feel so low and open. And then at the same time, you're like filming it. Because I watch it back now, I'm like, who's that guy? Do you know what I mean? It feels so different. But I'm glad I did. I am glad I did, because I think it's going to be really, really helpful for people. You ready for your jail slot, babes?
Oh, a triple scoop for me, please.
Biscoff and porridge is literally next level. Do you want a banana as well? These bananas have seen better days, mind you. Sun's out today, so we're gonna go to the beach.
Should we take the bike? Is it gonna move?
I hope so. Really heavy load. So in this process of me trying to figure myself out, I kind of just fell out of love with YouTube. It was causing a lot of arguments between the two of us, and I think it was basically because of the headspace that I was in. And what I was doing was I was just trying to pin my unhappiness on everything else, including Amy. I was just so like reactive, so sad deep down. And even when Amy was saying like I'd hurt her for one reason or another, like something I said or the way I reacted, I just couldn't hear it. I was basically just in so much denial. I'm laughing because it was crazy now looking back. I can see how much denial I was in. So it all kind of came to a head, and we got together and we just had some really big, deep chats about everything. And all along Amy could see it. She could see where my head was at, and she knows me better than anyone else. And she knows me better than I know myself. And between us, we basically learned that I was the problem, which was a really difficult thing to kind of accept, especially knowing that you've like caused hurt for your partner. The patterns that I'd built up over so many years, they were the reasons why everything was falling apart. And I just knew I had to make a change. Did I mention how good it feels to be on an adventure again? I'm not sure if I mentioned it.
Here's a little advert to lighten the mood.
This video is sponsored by Opera.
Hello, I'm Felix, and this is my father, Fritz. I am now old enough to take over the family business. Currently, I'm working as a part-time DJ and a full-time lover. My father is a tech entrepreneur,
and he's very well known in the industry for his work in the digital space. I don't think he believes I can step up to the plate, because last week I accidentally deleted the whole website.
Okay, Felix, I have downloaded your new browser, Opera. I'm putting you in charge of marketing the business, and you will be working closely with Aria.
Aria? Who's Aria?
No, Felix. Aria is Opera's built-in AI tool. Do not let your mind wander, fool. Okay, so Aria works in a number of different ways. You may ask Aria to generate images. You can give it an image to analyze or to answer questions, give you ideas, and help you with tasks. Please, Felix, concentrate.
Is this a music icon? Can I play my Ibiza DJ Somerset?
Yes, that is a music player. It has all of the big streaming services. You can even move the player inside or outside of your browser window, which means no more switching tabs just to play the music. But no, you cannot play your DJ set, Felix. But the best part for you will be the tab traces. And the tab islands keep everything neatly grouped by topic. You can also collapse them and expand them. We have the multi-million-pound company, son. You will be working very hard on switching between many tabs. Yeah?
Yeah.
It is very simple, Felix. I will leave you to try it.
Aria, I need to impress my father. Please write me a business marketing plan for the whole year. This is going to be simple. Try out Opera yourself by clicking the link in the description box.
So I can't actually believe I'm saying this, but today is our very last day. We're just driving through the ferry port to get a boat home.
It's been a hell of an adventure though, isn't it?
You have no idea.
Great. Both for you individually and for us together, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I've grown a lot, especially. I feel like over the last weeks and months that we've definitely grown together as well. Very excited about going home. I never thought this day would come, to be honest.
It's hard to know what somebody is going through online, and sometimes it can be really hard for that person to share to so many people. The last year or so has been a very hard time for both of us. Living and working with somebody who has depression can be very difficult. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this isn't about me, but I feel like if he can help support somebody with depression, then perhaps I can help support their partner, or help guide them in a small way, because it is a lot. Nobody gives you like this little manual whenever you get with somebody that has depression. It's just something that you've both really got to navigate along the way. But when you feel a little bit pushed out, or like you're taking the brunt of somebody else's emotions, that can be really hard to deal with. And sometimes you just don't know what to do. It can leave you feeling a little bit down inside. I kind of lost myself a little bit last year. I feel like I was drowning in Craig's emotions with him instead of keeping my head up above water. The emotions just got so heavy and overwhelming that I couldn't see clearly what we both needed. So I couldn't suggest what we needed together or separately. So our relationship kind of spiraled a little bit. So I wanted to give us both a chance, individually. So I took a little trip away. I thought it could give me a lot of headspace and I could learn to grow myself, and I could also help support Craig by taking work away from him and giving Craig the time that he wanted and needed to work himself out.
I think the other part of it was that I'd just been living in this fight or flight mode for so long, and I was so reactive and emotional. I was just too overwhelmed. I didn't realize how overwhelmed I was until I sat through the Vipassana and I was able to just watch my thoughts. So if you missed last week and you don't know what a Vipassana is, it's basically a charity-run meditation course. I came to so many beautiful realizations through doing this Vipassana. One of those was that I was just constantly in a rush, like forever in a rush. And that rush was like a rush to get away from myself. And I didn't realize that in doing that, I was always going to be arriving at myself anyway, because you've only got yourself, do you know what I mean? So it was, the rushing was that I was rushing to get to the next thing, but I was just avoiding like sitting with myself and sitting with all my stuff. So yeah, it wasn't just oh, this is what I've done and I'm just gonna sit with it. It was like, okay, this is what I've done. How can I change my life around? And it was so empowering for me. It was just like eye-opening. I just had so much time to sit and think about Amy and how much I missed her, how much I love her. Same with my family. I had so much gratitude for everything, so many reasons for living, which just felt so good. That's the takeaway from it. It was just like, wow, all of these things that I've done and all of the ways that my brain's wired, because of the neuroplasticity of my brain, I can literally meditate and change those patterns and just change my whole life. And it was just such a revelation. It literally was life-changing for me.
Why am I telling you this? You're probably asking. I just feel like everything you see online right now, it isn't real. You know, couple goals and filters and Instagram like highlight reels of people's perfect lives, you know. It's not real, and I just wanted to make sure you know what is real. People need a sense of realness right now, I think, and vulnerability. It makes you not feel alone and like you're the only ones going through it. You can relate to people because everybody has their struggles. It's not just you.
I feel so grounded, I feel so present, I feel so ready to help people who need help. And I think through videos like this and through my overall video and through my book and through Amy and I sharing our struggles as a couple, we hope to shine some like authenticity on a glossed over social media world that can be really misinforming and misleading. We want to be the beacon of truth.
But truthfully, life can be really heavy for some people, especially like emotional people, loving people, smart people, creative people, just like Craig. And even the strongest of relationships can go through patches that are really tough. We really have to take care of ourselves first and foremost before we can show up for each other. And I hope everybody on the planet knows that. You have to sort out you before you can sort out your togetherness. Even though we haven't got married yet, you know, we've got a commitment to each other, to be the best for each other, to show up strong and loving. We support each other, but we know we can't fix each other. We can only fix ourselves from inside, from going deep inside and figuring out what it is that we need. It's been a very long road, but Craig acknowledged how he felt, which is so strong, which is so powerful. And he went and he worked for his peace. He put the time and effort in that he had to do. He knew he had to do it, and he did it. And it was the hardest thing he's ever done. And for that, like, I just couldn't be prouder.
Another thing that the Vipassana taught me was how to actually deal with those emotions, and just instead of attaching a story to them, know that they're just like physical sensations. You know, for example, anxiety. One of the nights I woke up with palpitations and I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack, and I hadn't experienced anxiety that intense for probably 10 years. But all of my old stuff was coming up for me to deal with. The first thing that happened was I woke up at midnight with these palpitations, and the story I attached to it was, I'm going to die here in this dorm room and I'm never going to see Amy or my family again. And so by adding that story and that emotion to it, it made the palpitations and the anxiety worse. So because this was like 3 or 4 days in, through my practice of just observing the body and observing sensations and just labeling them, I just did that. I was like, no one's coming to save me. I have to get through this on my own. And so what I did was I just slowed down my breath as much as I could, even though it was racing. And I just observed my heart beating fast, and I was just like, it's just a sensation. Literally within 20 seconds, my heart rate had come down and my breathing had slowed down as well. And all I was really doing was observing my breath and scanning my body. And so I had all these little wins. I was like, wow, I've literally just conquered a huge hurdle that would have crippled me before, and that would have lasted days and weeks. And it was just like, wow, this is such a tool I can use in my life.
I'm just so glad I've got him back. You just love them so much. You want to take every pain away from them. You want to help them, you want to try and fix them. You know, so you try and you try and you try, but that wall that's there, that they own, is really tough to come up against when you love somebody so much. My advice would be to just never stop trying, never stop loving them, but just give them their space to work on what they need to.
So when I came out of the Vipassana, it literally felt like I'd been locked up for 10 years. I called Amy. I was just so emotional because I'd missed her so much. There was so many tears. She was like, "Are you actually all right though?" But I was just like, I'm so ready to live my life. And I booked the first flight I could to Switzerland to go and see her and join her on this road trip. All of those things that I'd been thinking about in the Vipassana that I wanted to say to her, I got to say those things. You know, it was like almost just like you get to live your life again, you know, and you get to say those things. That person gets to receive that love that you've wanted to give for so long, but it was like this embarrassment of how down you felt and you don't feel worthy enough to give that love. And it just I felt so worthy. And Amy is too, and it was just like such a beautiful moment to be like, I love you so much and I missed you so much. It was just like, wow, so many emotions, you know, but so freeing. It really was. We've done our best to work through it with couples counselling, with patience, understanding long conversations, hard conversations. Love is hard work, and it takes hard work and dedication. You know, these things happen, there are struggles, and that's okay. You can get through it. If you're watching this and you're struggling, you can get out of the other side. And I've been to the darkest holes, and I know what it feels like, and I know that you can get out no matter what. There's always a way. There's always a way. How does it feel to be back in the UK, babes?
Really, really weird.
Who's this foreigner?
I travel. I'm a traveller now. I don't know if you've heard the whispers. You know, they say things about me.
The whispers.
Yeah. Oh, it's the end of an era, Craig. A new chapter is beginning.
Exciting though, isn't it? What we're going back for.
Everything is. That what a great life that is. Like, I'm not sad because life is exciting.
What is next?
We've got a house to build, Craig.
But I think what this trip has done for us is just like reignited like our love for making videos together. Like how much fun we have like exploring and seeing the world, what we actually get to do for a living. It's just, there's no words really, is there?
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Just a couple of these, a couple of cameras, and we're good to go.
We're off.
What a life, babes, what a life.
All right, we've pulled over at a service station. Craig's just gone to get us some drinks. I just wanted to sort of say, I'm so proud of him. It takes guts to admit that you're struggling, never mind to actually then go and do something about it. Over the last few months, he's really taken a step back and chosen himself, which is everything I wanted for him because I love him so much. But he's done it. He's faced everything and just healed from the inside out. And you can see it. And it makes my heart just melt. He's changed so much, and all of these past patterns and behaviours just are no more. It's just like I've got the old Craig back, honestly. I just admire him so much, his determination, his strength, and his like motivation to really want this, not just for himself but for us, you know. He wants to be a better person, he wants to be a better partner, and I do too. And I think you can only do that when you both go away and individually grow yourselves. I can't even imagine what he's been through to try to get to this place right now, and that takes real strength. Not just because it's hard, but because it's brave. It's honestly beautiful to see. He's so happy. I've just wanted him to be this happy for so long because I knew it was in there. I always knew it was in there, and I'm just so happy for him. Not even just us, not even just for me, like, but for him to truly feel it now and know that he is loved and happy, and he looks forward to the future, and just his smile, you know, it does everything to me. It's like the best version of Craig is like coming back to life. He's coming back to me, the one that I fell in love with, you know. He's done it, and I'm really proud of him. Oh, where's my coffee? Hey, honey.
There you go, my love.
Thank you. I'd say that would get us home, but it's decaf, innit?
I hope so.
Me too. Or we'll be taking ourselves to the hospital. All right, last little bit leg, babes. You ready?
Let's go. Love you, babe. Every time.
Last time. All right. Homeward bound.
Hello, I'm Felix.
I have downloaded your new browser, Opera.
Hello, I'm Felix. This is my father. Father.
Putting you in charge.
My father is a tech entrepreneur.
We have the multi-million-pound company, son. You will be working. Concentrate. Lads, concentrate, yeah?
Concentrate.
Which means no more switching tabs. Which means... Okay. We have a multi-million pound company. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh dear.